We are now featuring the piece on Modern Goose by Hello Gujarat. So, Karsten, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Karsten Wall. I am a editor based in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and since about 2018, I have tried to make my own nature films as kind of a break from my real job, which is editing. And yeah, so I made one project before this, and that project helped me get my name on NFB's radar. And then NFB was able to fund this project for me starting around 2020.
Oh, very wonderful. And I guess that leads me into my question about, well, how did you develop the interest for directing?
I work a lot as an editor for natural history programs, nature films, and things to do with animals. And here and there, I've been given small opportunities to film some animals just as assistant for production. And I really quite enjoyed it. I just didn't know much about the camera work. And so when I decided to take the leap to make my own films, it's basically nature films. I mean, it's just me filming. There's no one really else involved. For so far, the two projects. Actually, I had one helper on the last project for a little bit, but for the most part, it's just me. And as an editor, I know how the story can come together, what shots I need. So I kind of combine my skills together to kind of direct as I go, and to kind of just always have the story present in my mind while I shoot.
Oh, okay, wow.
So I'm not much of a director. I just shoot and edit.
So even for editing, like, did you learn editing on your own, or how did you pursue this?
Editing was something I have always been interested in, but I went to a community college in Lethbridge, Alberta, which was kind of a general digital media introductory course where you can get into all kinds of things like web development and audio recording and graphic design. And I gravitated towards the editing, and my instructor at the time told me, you should probably go to film school. So I left that community college after one semester and went to film school for 1 year, and then I got a job pretty quickly after that.
Oh, okay, wow. All right. And then I'm just thinking, this film seems to be about animal displacement in the name of modernity. Though this film is shot in Manitoba, it actually reminds one of the protests that were taking place near Toronto for a highway that was being proposed to be built. In the end, they didn't end up building it as of now, I believe, because because there were such similar issues being echoed, like about animal displacement and whatnot, was there a similar situation there in Manitoba like this? Because we noticed this kind of highway sequence near the IKEA area happening, or was this a deliberate artistic decision on your part to depict this?
Well, that's that IKEA is in the suburbs of Winnipeg, and that's where the geese like the most. They like the suburbs the most because of there's so many parks, and the grass is so well taken care of. There's water everywhere. There's all these fake water ponds. So they really like that area. As far as the urban sprawl of Winnipeg, it's not anywhere on the scale of Toronto because southern Manitoba is all agricultural. Unfortunately, most of the wilderness has already been most of the forests have been taken away because of farming. So we have an interesting phenomenon here in Winnipeg because we have so much green space. We actually have a high concentration of wild animals seeking refuge in the city because the surrounding agricultural land is pretty barren and pretty unhospitable.
Oh.
So we have a lot of coyotes, we have a lot of foxes, we have all kinds of animals that and lots of deer, and it's just because we like to live in cities with trees and green spaces, and it creates wildlife management problems. But it's if you look at it from the animal's perspective, you see exactly why they're in the city, because we've basically bulldozed everything around the city.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Well, not bulldozed in the sense we've deforested
Hmm.
the southern part of the province for farmland. So,
Okay, so what kinds of things are being dealt with on farmland? Like, are they growing crop, or is it animal rearing, or what is it?
mostly crops around the city.
Okay.
Yeah. Wheat and canola
Oh,
and
okay.
sunflowers. Yeah.
We noticed that, for the purpose of restoration, your film was also shot on Cree land, which one supposes is not industrialized to the degree that the big cities are. So so one wonders, do you see this as being where we as industrialized humans will head in the long run? Like, do you see us as, heading to such places ourselves as humans? Not just the geese
Well,
that are heading them.
I think the land acknowledgement you're talking about is just acknowledging that, all of Canada is Indigenous land,
Yeah.
and it's acknowledging that the treaties that were signed in that area. So Manitoba is Treaty 1 territory,
Okay.
and the homeland of many different Indigenous people.
Mm.
So, as far as the question about where we're headed, I don't know where we're headed, but there's positive developments with Indigenous-based conservation efforts, especially Manitoba. There's 3 big initiatives to protect huge areas of wilderness. Unfortunately, they're not in the south of Manitoba, because that is it's all been colonized pretty extensively.
Okay.
But there is hope for the future of the north of Manitoba, because people are realizing that the Indigenous worldview of how to live with nature and not against nature is really the way forward to protect, to have our environmental movement go towards. So there's a lot of positive things happening in this province north of Winnipeg.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. Okay, wow. I mean, though certainly we would like to see more things happening where people are getting affected, or animals are getting affected. But certainly, I feel this is a very positive step forward. Yeah. So this is.
We're having an election this October, and the opposition party is proposing to protect 30% of the province.
Oh.
It's a huge province, so that's a huge amount of land, and that will be done hopefully with consultation with the Indigenous peoples that is their land up north, and they know how to take care of it. So
okay, wow.
Hopefully that goes through.
Yeah, that's really substantial and a very good initiative to be taking. It's really worth appreciating. Wow, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been very educational to have you on board, and we wish you the best for future projects.
Oh, thank you so much.